Okay, so this is my first test on the new Dyson Duo Clean Lift Away. We're going to do a porridge and cookies test. Okay, so 5 mini cookies in each and some porridge as well. Okay, so the power is nicely conveniently on the top here. So we've got a boost button here, which I guess is a temporary boost, so I'll give that a try. And this is for thick pile carpet and low pile carpet. Okay, this is embarrassing. Unfortunately, I didn't record the porridge and cookies pickup. The camera wasn't recording, but I did do a pickup of the porridge and cookies that were ejected. The test actually went really well. It picked up on the low power and the boost. So here it is. If you do need to go under objects like this, tap that, step on it, and you can actually go underneath. Yeah, and it does actually stay flat as well. So that would also go back to my wall. So on and underneath and underneath. And that's quite nice to use as well. So this gives you the kind of light and freedom, but I mean you are using two hands, but this is weighted quite well. So that works nicely. So let's get a closer look. So you can see that this brush roller has a sponginess. It's not quite as spongy as my fluffy head on my Dyson, but it does give. And so with the cookies, as you could see, it really pulled them in, and then it sucked in through this really nice big airway here. And then you've got the brush roller at the back as well. So the brush roller on carpet, you need a brush roller on carpet because that really does do a much better job. But this combination seems to work a lot better than the 250 that I've tried. That was much better. So lifting away the dustbin, if I show it closer, you just pull up here. You can see these bits, and then it comes away. And then you can take that to the bin. Tap this one and the bottom opens, and tap the top and you can clear the top filter. So that works very well. The battery release, just pull that hinge up and there's your battery. And this can either charge from the back here. You can see there's a socket where you plug the charger into, but you also have a dock with it, which I'll show in a minute when I'll lay out all the accessories on the table. So the filter is on this side, so this comes off. You pull out here, there you go, and you've got just a sponge, not a particularly posh feeling filter. There's a couple of things in here. It certainly feels cheaper than the Dyson ones, but obviously time will tell on that. But that is a washable filter, very easy to get to. Okay, so for charging you have a 3-pin plug, or obviously different if you're in a different country, and then you have this ordinary end. So you can plug it in while it's freestanding and then plug that into a main socket, so it will charge in that way. But they also give you the option of plugging it straight into the battery. And I wondered initially, because I thought, why is it not on the back, so that you could just prop the battery up. So just stand it up and plug it in. But actually, it's on the bottom. So you have a socket here, plug that in, and that will charge. And you can just sit it down, it's got a flat edge, and then you can see it charging, and there's I think it's a 3 or 4 stage indicator that shows you how much charge is in it. So that works well. But you also have a dock, which is just a very simple dock. There's no technology in this. You pop this cable in, twist it so it locks in place, and then that cable runs through there, and that would sit. And then so you take the battery out. So I'll show you how easy that is. So pull the battery out, pop it in the dock there, and then that will charge, and you can see your charge indicator. So a couple of different ways to charge, which again is a nice difference. For cleaning, the brush roller comes out, and in previous tests with the Shark, especially in my porridge and cookies test. I had a lot of people saying, oh, you know, you need to take the brush roller out. Well, there's nothing in the manual that says to take the brush roller out for doing particular cleaning jobs, and it's obviously not designed to be used without the brush roller, because there's these little teeth here. The brush roller is meant to be left on, and in fairness, in this test, it actually did really well. It's one of the best porridge and cookies tests that I've done, where the machine just didn't struggle at all on high or low power. It had a similar performance. It seemed to have a similar performance to a V10, and it's got this nice big opening here as well. So it does grab things and then pops them in, and it works really well. All these bits seem to come out, so it looks like for servicing there's all sorts of little screw bits that you can take off, so it looks like they've tried to make everything accessible. So the only omission I think that I've found with this that I would change is that of the tools that come with it. So we've got these 3 tools. So obviously I can use this for the car, it's a crevice tool. This brush tool I can use, but really we want a brush bar. And it looks like, you know, they could make a small powered brush bar to go with this. And I think that's the one thing I'd change. I don't know if there's more models coming that have a brush bar, but I guess that would be the one weak spot that I would pick. But overall, I'm actually very impressed. It's a great machine. I'm happy to recommend it. I know a lot of people seem to think that I don't like Shark. Actually, I've got nothing against any particular brands. I just didn't enjoy using the Sharks, and I just thought they were a real step back from the Dyson. This is another take on cordless vacuum cleaners, and it actually works really well. Another thought I had while editing the video is I would really like a motorised brush bar for also doing the stairs, because the tool that comes with it isn't the best for the stairs. I've used non-motorised brush bars for stairs and not found them to be particularly good in the past. Obviously with the Dyson you put the main tool on the machine. With this I would like to see a motorised brush bar. Okay, so I'm really impressed. This machine is excellent. As you'll know from my videos, I have a Dyson V7 and I'm really happy with it, and it works really well for me. Where I can see this being something that is an alternative, because the porridge and cookies test, to be fair, it did better than my Dyson V7. You can go back through my videos, I'll put a link in the description. You can go back through my videos and see that the V7 does worse on the porridge and cookies test because the opening is slightly smaller. Now, a porridge and cookies test is a bit ridiculous, I realise this, but I've started doing it. Some people like it, so I carry on doing it. So, occasionally I get people who pick up a Dyson, or any of this style of machine. I mean, some of them are really heavy on this part, and they might find that there's a bit too much pressure on their wrists because they've got arthritic wrists or weak wrists or whatever. If that is something that is an issue for you, then that would be the time that I would go over to the Shark and say, well, try this. Because actually, there's a lot less weight on the wrist, and that's where I think Shark's going to do well with this machine. Other things that I really like about it, 50-minute battery life is decent. Obviously that's going to be on the low power, but the low power did the porridge and cookies test, so that was great. And I really like the 5-year guarantee. I'd really like Dyson to do a 5-year guarantee on a V10. Certainly that would be a real addition to the model. But yeah, I definitely like it. It's a great machine. See, I've got nothing against Shark machines. I just didn't get the 250s. And any other Shark machine that I've tried, I didn't really get it, and I didn't think they performed very well. This obviously has been changed, and the porridge and cookies test it did with ease. And if it can do that, then it must be a good machine, because it is a ridiculous test. So I really like the way that it comes apart. You know, this separate machine, but I don't find it as elegant as a Dyson. So, you know, when we talk about putting a tool straight onto here, obviously this is a lot smaller, so if you're going to do a car, this isn't as easy, although you could sit this on a seat and use this with the tools. Because there's no air powered or motorised brush, and you can get a motorised brush on the end of the Dyson's still much better for a car. But that aside, as a machine, I do really like it, and I would happily recommend it. Alright, thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.